You did everything right. You were loyal, supportive, consistent. You gave her your time, your energy, your best, and she still walked away. Now you sit there trying to make sense of it. You replay every moment, every word, every effort. And somewhere inside that question burns, why wasn't I enough? Here's the harsh truth. One most men never learn until it's too late. Women aren't loyal to what you do for them. They're loyal to how they feel about who you are. You can't buy it. You can't earn it. You can only become it. Because the moment you start trying to prove your worth to her, you've already forgotten where your worth comes from. Not from her validation, not from her affection, but from your presence, your power, your stillness. Marcus Aurelius once said, "It is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live." And most men never live, they only exist, chasing approval, chasing love that disappears the moment they stop giving. That ends today. In this video, I'll show you what she's truly loyal to and why the man who stands grounded in himself is the only one she can never forget. First, women are loyal to how you make them feel about themselves. It's not about the money you spend, the gifts you give, or how many times you say, "I love you." Those things fade. They impress for a moment, but they don't anchor emotion. What truly holds a woman, what makes her choose you again and again, even when she doesn't have to, is how she feels in your presence. Does she feel calm or chaotic? Does she feel safe or seen through? Does she feel like she can breathe around you or like she's constantly being measured? When a man operates from insecurity, she senses it. When your love comes from a place of neediness, of trying to keep her, impress her, or win her, she doesn't feel peace. She feels pressure. And pressure makes the feminine heart retreat. You cannot make a woman feel safe when you are at war with yourself. Understand this. Your energy speaks before your words ever do. The man who is grounded, centered, and sure of himself without seeking constant reassurance becomes a sanctuary in a world of noise. His silence doesn't make her uneasy. It makes her trust him because his presence communicates stability, a quiet confidence that says, "You can be yourself here." Women are emotional by nature, and that's not weakness, it's how they connect to life. But that emotion is like water, it needs a strong container. If you become emotional support without boundaries, you'll drown in her tides. But if you become emotional gravity, calm, grounded and firm, her storms will settle in your orbit. This is why Stoicism matters in love. It's not about suppressing emotion or becoming cold. It's about mastering yourself so deeply that you become unshakable. When you stop reacting, when you stop chasing, when your peace is no longer dependent on her affection, she begins to feel something rare. She feels safe because safety, not perfection, is the most magnetic quality of masculine energy. A woman doesn't stay because of what you give her. She stays because of what you remind her of, her softness, her lightness, her ability to rest in her feminine nature without fear. She stays when your energy allows her to be a woman, not a survivor. So don't be her emotional rescue. Be her emotional gravity. Let your presence say what words cannot. When she's around you, let her feel that she's home. Not because you're trying to make her stay, but because you've built yourself into something she instinctively trusts. That's what real attraction is. It's not earned through effort. It's commanded through essence. And that's what she'll always be loyal to, not what you do for her, but who you are when she's with you. Second, women are loyal to men on a mission. The moment you made her your mission, she began to lose interest, not because she stopped caring, but because you stopped leading. A woman doesn't want to be the center of your universe. She wants to orbit around a man who already has one. She doesn't fall in love with a man who chases her. She falls for the one who's chasing something greater than both of them. When your energy is directed toward purpose, you move differently. You speak with direction. Your silence carries weight. You don't need to prove yourself because your actions already do. And that's when she feels it, the pull of your vision. It challenges her, it inspires her, it reminds her that she's with a man who knows where he's going. and that if she's by your side, she must rise to match your pace. Stoicism teaches that a man's duty is not to seek comfort, but to pursue virtue, to live according to what is right, not what is easy. Purpose is that compass. Without it, you drift. And when you drift, everything, even love, loses direction. A woman senses that drift instantly. She may not say it, but she feels it. When your drive fades, when your eyes lose focus, when your masculine edge dulls because you've made her your destination, that's when attraction dies. Not because she's cruel, but because she no longer feels that sacred polarity. Your mission is your anchor. It's the thing that keeps you grounded when life tests you. It's the quiet voice that says, keep going, even when no one believes in you, when you live for something beyond validation, for growth, for mastery, for contribution. You stop needing her approval. And paradoxically, that's when she gives it freely. Women don't stay because you need them. They stay because you don't, because you're a man who would keep walking, building, and evolving with or without her. That independence doesn't make you distant. It makes you magnetic. So stop trying to make her your purpose. Let your mission be the fire, and let her warmth be drawn to it. A man who is consumed by his path doesn't chase loyalty. He inspires it. Third, women are loyal to boundaries, not pleasing. You gave more, you tolerated more. You stayed quiet just to keep the peace. But every time you bent, she respected you a little less. Not because she wanted to, but because nature doesn't admire softness that folds under pressure. Women may enjoy kindness, but they trust strength. And strength doesn't exist without boundaries. A boundary is not a wall. It's a line of self-respect. It tells the world, this is where my peace lives. Cross it, and I walk away. Yet most men confuse love with tolerance. They believe that by absorbing disrespect they're proving devotion, but all they're doing is teaching her that their word means nothing, that their emotions control them more than their principles do. Stoicism teaches that a man's peace is sacred, that no one, not even love, should have the power to disturb his center. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. That means when a woman tests your limits through disrespect, manipulation, or emotional games, your reaction defines you. If you fold, you lose her respect. If you enforce your line calmly without anger, she feels your strength. Boundaries aren't about control, they're about clarity. They show that you value your soul more than her approval. A woman feels safest with a man who can say no, because that same man will mean it when he says yes. When you uphold your standards without explanation, you become the kind of man she can't easily shake, because your peace is no longer negotiable. So stop pleasing, stop bending. The man who chases comfort destroys attraction. The man who stands by his truth, even when it costs him something, builds unshakable respect. Boundaries don't push love away, they purify it, because only when she knows you can walk away will she choose to stay. Fourth, women are loyal to masculine energy, not emotion. You opened up too soon, you explained too much. You thought vulnerability meant overexposure, that showing her your pain would make her love you more deeply. But it didn't. It made her your emotional authority. The moment she became your therapist instead of your woman, something invisible shifted. The polarity broke. And when polarity dies, attraction fades with it. Understand this. Women don't fall for emotion, they fall for energy, for the grounded presence of a man who knows where he's going, even when life is chaotic. Masculine energy isn't about suppressing emotion, it's about mastering it. It's the still lake beneath the storm, not the waves thrashing on the surface. A stoic man feels everything, but he chooses what deserves a response. That control, that calm direction is what allows her to surrender. When you flood her with your insecurities, your confusion, your pain, you don't create intimacy, you create weight. She begins to feel what you should be holding. And deep down, every woman knows she can't relax with a man who leans on her for emotional balance. She wants to feel your depth, yes, but not drown in it. She wants to trust that your center won't crumble when tested. Masculine energy is not cold, it's clear, it doesn't chase approval or beg for validation, it stands firm in purpose. It speaks less, but moves with conviction. When she looks at you, she should feel safety without you saying a word, because your silence carries direction, not distance. That's the essence of true masculine power, leading with presence, not performance. When you make your mission your priority, when your discipline outweighs your desire, you awaken a different kind of attraction, one rooted in respect. She doesn't stay because you make her your world. She stays because your world is so powerful. She wants to be part of it. So stop doing everything for her and start doing everything from your center. Build, lead, evolve, not for approval, but because that's who you are. A man who needs nothing from her creates space for her to give everything freely. And when you embody that energy, calm, grounded, self-led, she won't just be loyal to you, she'll be drawn to you like gravity. When you understand this, you stop chasing love and start commanding it. That's the essence of masculine peace. Not needing her to stay, but being strong enough to walk away. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to Stoic for more lessons on inner strength, masculine discipline, and the quiet power that can't be taken from you. Stay grounded, stay silent, stay powerful.